Hello, my name is Anna Vasilyev and I work with Marina Milchevska. We are both realtors and also I'm an attorney in the state of California. And because we have many clients that just wonder what is trust, what are wills, and I decided that this is the day when I have to invite another attorney who works with trust and wills, and his name is Andrei Jingan, and today he's going to explain you in details what are trust and what are wills.
Thank you, Anna, for this introduction. Actually, I want to briefly discuss. We met Anna and her sister Marina about a year ago, but there are just such trustworthy real estate agents in California, and I hear so many good feedback about their real estate services and. You'll make no mistake by choosing Anna or Marina Milchevskaya as your real estate agent in California because they are doing wonders when it comes to buying or selling real estate in California. And briefly about myself, I am Andrei Jingan. I'm a licensed attorney in the state of California. I do primarily estate planning and trusts for all sorts of clients in California. And I proudly service my clients both in my offices in Dorado Hills and Walnut Creek and also remotely.
Thank you. So my first question would be what exactly is will and what is trust and what is the difference between both?
Yeah, that's actually a very good question. A will is a succession planning document which specifies exactly what share of the estate assets will be received by the heirs after the death of the client. So it's a simple document by which specify which heir will receive and which percentage certain part of the deceased assets. In contrast with a will, a trust accomplishes not only that. A trust is a legal document in which the client, as the trust maker, entrusts another person, a trustee, to administer the assets for the benefit of a third person, a beneficiary. In a living trust scenario, which is the common scenario in California, the clients and the trustees remain the same during the client's lifetime, which permits the clients to retain full control over their assets during their lifetime, and also entrust a successor trustee to make asset distribution based on the trust after the death of the client, as it's provisioned in a trust instrument. The main difference between a trust and a will. A will, I want to make it clear, a will in California does not help you avoid probate proceeding. And I'll explain you later why that's important. That's a huge issue. In comparison with a will, a trust can help you avoid completely probate proceedings, which are not only lengthy in California, but also very, very expensive. And let me explain you why probate proceedings are considered to be lengthy. Because it takes at least 1 through 3 years to make a complete estate assets distribution through probate proceeding. And you could imagine that's a very long time. And also why it is expensive. Let me give you an example. The common scenario, deceased assets in California, which are comprised of all the assets, real estate, bank accounts, retirement accounts, life insurance proceeds, which are approximately $2 million in the most common cases. So for that estate value, a deceased family will have to pay in probate fees at least $60,000. $60,000, can you imagine that? It's a huge amount. And for more expensive estates, like a $10 million estate, which is also comprised of all the assets of the deceased that the deceased left out of trust, a deceased family is expected to pay at least $200,000 in probate fees. So now do you realize why it is important to aim for probate avoidance in California?
Thank you for such detailed explanation. So can you just just explain what would be the best option for client, will or trust?
The choice between the will and trust comes down to the client's specific circumstances. It could be based on tax planning goals, it could be asset protection goals, it could be expedite distribution of assets. So an exact legal advice would be given after we learn about all these circumstances, but for sure, I can state up front what are the main benefits of creating a trust as opposed to having a will. These are probate avoidance, some asset protection, taking care of your beneficiaries, tax planning, and also international estate planning, and many, many more other benefits.
Thank you. So, another question would be how trust or will would relate to real estate.
Real estate, as we know, it's oftentimes one of the most valuable, tangible property that a client could own. Of course, clients could have other more expensive properties such as investment in various businesses, stocks, or whatever might be the case. But oftentimes, for normal families like myself or Anna's, is that real estate it's typically one of the most expensive tangible asset that we own, and for that reason leaving these assets unplanned for it's not a very responsible approach. And for that reason trusts actually could help in three major ways with planning your real estate assets. The first will be the probate avoidance. So, as I had mentioned previously, probate is lengthy and expensive, but the trusts actually can expedite the distribution of assets to your beneficiaries or heirs from 1 or 3 years to only 30 to 45 days, because there is like a small waiting period after the deceased death, and that's actually it's a substantial benefit to have the interest in your real property transferred through a trust. The second main benefit would be tax planning. A trust could help plan for estate taxes, gift taxes, income taxes of your beneficiaries, step up in tax bases, and so many more tax benefits, and which cannot be achieved through having just a simple will. So as you understand already, having a trust for succession of your real estate interest is actually quite important. And the third main benefit is taking care of your beneficiaries. There might be instances when you aim to include minor children or people with special needs as the beneficiaries of your estate assets. Well, guess what? If you include them just in a will, they're not going to be protected. What are they going to do with these assets when they inherit them right away after your death? And to protect them, having a trust and account for their specific circumstances in the trust will help you protect their interests.
Thank you. So, what would be the best moment to make a trust?
That depends on the specific circumstances of the client, but I do highly encourage you, if you do have real estate or if you plan to purchase real estate in the near future, please transfer that real estate interest to your trust almost immediately. And if you don't have a trust created, contact me or contact like another trusted estate planning attorney, but make sure you don't delay that process.
Thank you. So, can you just quickly clarify what are advantages of making a trust?
Yeah, there are actually many advantages of having a trust in California, but some of the most important advantages are avoidance of probate court involvement, and planning for incapacity, some asset protection, tax planning, preservation of your assets privacy, and so many more.
That's great. So the next question would be, I think many people will think about this, like how much would cost to make a will in trust?
Yeah, that's actually a very valid question. And I'll explain you briefly. Having a will or just a trust is not sufficient to have a complete estate plan. And typically, a complete estate plan will include, in addition to above mentioned documents, will include a counseling and execution of durable financial power of attorney, healthcare directive, HIPAA authorization, assignment of interest in property, assignment of interest in personal belongings to a trust or whatever might be the case, transfer of titles from your names to the name of your trust, and all that work, which is quite valuable to an attorney, does take at least 10 hours of the attorney's time, and for a complete trust-based estate plan takes at least 20 hours of the attorney's time. And as you understand, attorney's time has to be somehow measured in funds. And for a creation of a will-based estate plan, clients should expect paying about $2,000 for a single client or $3,000 total for a married couple. For trusts, single clients should expect paying about $3,500 to establish a complete trust-based estate plan, and for a married couple, it's an average about $4,500 in legal fees to establish a complete trust-based estate plan. And however, an exact estimate of legal costs and expenses will be given after having the initial free consultation with an attorney, based on which the attorney will have a chance to assess your particular situation and let you know exactly how much work is involved in the creation of a future estate plan.
That's great. Thank you so much. So the last question would be, where are your offices located?
Yes, my main office is located in Dorado Hills. My secondary office is located in Walnut Creek, which is in the Bay Area. However, considering that I have my license statewide, I could proudly service clients both in my offices and also remotely.
That's great. So thank you so much for your detailed explanation for today, and I really hope our clients find this information very useful for them. And just to make a quick note, we have already some clients that contacted Andrei, and they're very happy with his services. So please do not hesitate, and you can call him and ask for a consultation to check whether you would benefit from making a trust for yourself.
Yeah, thank you, Anna, for making this introduction in estate planning and trust, and raising the awareness of the importance of having a trust in California. And just for everyone's reference, typically Anna's clients, they come to me happy after Anna has helped them previously with their buying and selling real estate needs in California. And none of them complain about Anna's services. They all been happy, and they all refer their family and friends to Anna and Marina Milchevskaya. Honestly, I'm very proud to have a chance to collaborate with Anna and Marina on many fronts, and we take the opportunity to educate each other and help our clients in the best way possible.
That's great. Thank you so much again.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone.